Call the meeting to order. I'll take roll call. Koski.
Here.
Hutton.
Here.
Split here. Gallops
Here.
Walker absent. Okay. Ready for a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I will make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I can second that approval.
Motion by Dave, second by Billy. To approve tonight's agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of past minutes.
I will make a motion to approve the past minutes.
Motion by Dave,
I will second that.
second by Billy. To approve the past minutes, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Financial report is there, same as last month. Public comments, it's Adam, so he's not the public.
I can be.
You can be.
Take off one hand, put it on another.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Turn around.
Certificate of appropriateness applications, and we did have one for the campus cinema theater. And we went over and looked at it. I will read what they want to do and then we can discuss. The existing siding blew off in a windstorm. They are presenting that the work like to remove any remaining corrugated steel, clean, tuck point, and paint existing brick to match above the marquee. Remainder to be flat panel siding with trims to mimic original transom windows. Siding and trims to be either PVC or LP smart side, painted to match colors of the marquee. So that's what they have. The pictures we have here of what they're gonna take off and do. And you can see that they did want to bring it down to the top of the windows with the new transom.
Yeah.
All the way down. To me, that looks too big compared to what they have for windows here and that. So,
I wonder if that was a mistake when they just drew it up.
Yeah, also that kind of goes off over a little too far too.
yeah, this side brick should, whatever's behind there, all that brick should go down.
Yeah, oh, that's.
It's exposed, it's open right now, I believe.
I think there's still a little bit of this trim
Yes.
there. The only question I have is I could see some of this brick there. Is there the question of when that transition happens?
Right, because there is, they're gonna move that piece of trim,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
right, but as far as, I believe, the transom above should stop with the window below of that brick.
Right,
And then it can carry over to the side of the door like they do.
yeah,
But even with the bottom of that marquee.
yep,
And that goes with the traditional facade openings also, they show like a header piece in there. They showed one here. That's actually above, that's the I-beam. So maybe I was looking at it upside down. But that original photo that Matt pulled up did have that spot for the awning.
yes. Yeah, it was a lot thicker right there.
Yes, this is not,
And right now, there's nothing there, so
yeah,
if we could talk to them about changing that and having it, now it's back to the original
right.
design.
And then like Matt suggested, just black glass.
Black glass, yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of a painted panel.
yes, in that way it would look, now we're back to its original.
And the black glass would be far lower maintenance than any panel.
Oh, yeah, the glass would last forever until hit with
Kids-
snowball
Yeah.
or something.
Or some windstorm somehow pulls it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really what they had is a composite material for a framework. That's what
Yeah,
they're doing.
well, they were saying either PVC, which is like a AZEK,
Yeah.
or LP Smart Side, which the LP Smart Side, I don't think the texture, it's really rough
It's
texture.
wood looking.
Yeah, if it's smooth, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be a smooth piece like an AZEK piece would be.
Yeah.
If you could come up with something, even not glass, but something that looks,
Has
Like,
at least
I
a
mean,
shine,
yeah.
or at least a reflective.
yeah,
Yeah,
that would, you know.
Yeah, but
I just think
a
getting
piece
it
of
back to
glass
its
isn't gonna be
original.
that much for that.
yeah.
It's not gonna, I don't see where it's, the expense
Well, I
is
shouldn't
there.
say that though.
Be nice to match the little picture that's sitting right there.
Right below it, yeah.
Yeah, that's right below it. And just, if they could get a little closer to that, I think it would,
So, just
You know,
more
What we're thinking
discussion.
is this stuff is probably 3/4 of an inch thick to an inch,
The what?
the framework.
Yeah, I would say like a standard board, yeah.
I think if we say
What, are they
something
going to
to-
maybe put like a whole piece of something flat there and then put that, build that over?
That I don't know. What we're gonna probably have to do is deny this application with the way they wanted to do it.
Right, and just
And
make some
then-
recommendations.
Recommendations to them, what we would like to see,
Yeah,
and then he could reapply, and we could
Yes.
have, if the time is of the essence, we could have another quick meeting.
yes.
Call us in.
And if they have some reason, you know, it's just excessively expensive, you know, let us know. But, you know, I think,
Well, you're
That
making it
would be the
smaller,
way to
so
go.
maybe it'd be a little bit
It'd be, yeah.
cheaper.
are you gonna talk to them as far as, do you know who to contact?
It's Mike Albright, yeah,
Okay.
at Pole Ash Construction,
All right, well, tell you what,
Well,
I'll make
Michael will
a,
understand.
I
yeah.
would think. And
Anyway.
then, like I say, we could have a meeting, we have to just post it.
And we can do a quick meeting. So
Yeah.
tell you what, I'll make a motion to deny the
I'll
application.
second that, we're not ready that way.
And then we'll get
Okay.
with them and get this quickly done. And if we want to be respectful of their pocketbook too, but if
Yes,
we can,
right.
if we can get something pretty close, I think that would be nice.
And possibly also something if they do a little bit more work later, they don't have to go back to the Apple Card
Right.
Yeah,
or bring the price up to $7 a movie.
okay. So right now, we have a motion by Dave, seconded by Billy to deny the certificate of appropriateness application for the campus theater. Any more discussion? With recommendations to them?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All in favor to deny the application, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Will someone be in contact with him? I mean,
I think what I'll do right away tomorrow morning, if I'm not at the dog park, I'll go up to Pole Ash Construction and just show them exactly what we're, and then
Yeah.
I think he can probably do, if he did this drawing or somebody in the office did this drawing, he can redo it a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Make
then we'll
sure
have
that-
another picture of it.
Reminder, oh, you did that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep, right there.
Yeah. And then they could do 4 shorter or 3.
Yeah, 3 or
Whatever
4.
you want to do.
Yeah,
well, what was original? Did it show 4?
you can't quite see everything, but
No.
Let's see if I can get.
they're smaller. I bet
There we
it-
go.
there's at least,
Finally pulled back up. There's the picture. Let me bring up the brightness.
yeah, those aren't that wide, so there might even been 5 up there.
They're like posters or what were they?
And they can do that. I mean, they can put 5
Yeah.
shorter, smaller
Mm-hmm,
pieces up there.
yeah.
Fine.
They show, like this one, they show
Yeah, rolls.
9 of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot, you know,
Yeah.
it just depends.
Just like T-bone, you know, all the way
Yeah.
across there.
But yeah, I think that can be done without incurring a lot of cost to it, so.
Okay, well, good.
I was just wondering with the way they drew it, if they was just throwing no framework, but just flat plywood or something and square painted.
I think that's what they were, because it said in that application, it was
Yeah.
flat panel siding,
Yeah.
and then
Flat, wonder what side.
siding and trims to be, and that would have been either the PVC or smart side
Yeah.
painted to match.
And then just having 4 windows or whatever painted in that. Well, you'll find out when you talk.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't hate it, I just think it could be better.
It could be a little bit better.
This looks tacky.
Yeah.
This just looks like.
And that might be the picture, because
Well, that's what I was saying. It is
Yeah.
really, it's just like got blotched in there, well, computerized and.
But again, if we want to, this should be a wider area on the
Yeah,
bottom for an awning. If
Correct.
And it goes too far to the
Yep,
side
too far
there.
to the left. Yeah.
And over here too.
Yeah, for that door. And that's fine to go over the door.
Then, well, they're gonna have to trim that off in that back there, like you said, and they don't really show that beam there, does it? Yeah, it does, that's right there.
It's there, yeah.
So they had, I don't remember what was up, they had something over there, must have covered that all up, obviously.
It was that corrugated,
Oh, it was all.
like on
that
that corner.
panel.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
just like that.
was.
Oh, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think was there almost 2 layers around there? Because I remember seeing some other more really
I thought there was something else too, but.
yeah.
I don't remember.
You remember when I went past and suddenly everything, the chair was sitting on all that metal and that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll get to them tomorrow. I don't know exactly what time, but I'll tell them.
No, just, if you come up with a solution,
Mm-hmm.
call us.
Okay. Number 8, discussion of Ripon Main Street president. This goes back to after our city council reversed our decision on those windows at 107 Watson or whatever. I had called the Ripon Main Street president, Bryce Terbeese, talked to him about it. I offered to talk to the Main Street board, go to one of their Main Street meetings, attend a meeting, talk to anybody, talk with Bryce and Craig on what happened. Obviously Craig T-Bon.
Yeah.
And he said he'd get back to me. It's been almost 2 months. And I think that disappoints me because I didn't have a response. I feel that he insulted the Historic Preservation Commission, and it just shows a lack of respect to the Ripon Historic Preservation Commission. That's why we lost 1 member already this past 2 months because of that. And I just wanted you guys to be aware of it. But I think after 2 months, I should have got a response.
Yes.
But I didn't. So I just wanted to bring that up. I gave him plenty of time, I feel. I just don't feel that it's right. That's my thoughts.
What do you wanna do then?
There's nothing I can do about it. I just wanted to make it public that
Then stood up?
Yeah.
we were stood up, I feel that we were insulted, just lack of respect, no response at all. So, we'll see, maybe they'll have a rebuttal now, I don't know. But I wanted you guys to know that I did reach out to them and offered that we would explain our point of view to it, and apparently they didn't want to hear it, so.
Well, it's interesting because we're basically here for them 99%
Absolutely.
of the time.
Mhm.
And I don't understand the pushback. If we could get from them, I'd really like to meet with them to see, is there something we should be doing different? What's going on?
Mhm.
Because it's not, I thought this was a deal where we worked together to help get downtown where we want it.
Mhm. And that's exactly what
it was.
what I wanted to explain to them if I
Yeah.
would have been invited to a meeting. Find out or tell them and ask what we did wrong, what we can do better,
Yeah,
why, we weren't backed up by certain people.
Yeah, why are
That-
it seems like we're becoming an adversary. And that's so far from the truth. I mean, we're here, the whole reason you see all these people running around down there is because of what the owners have done to their stores.
Yeah.
And we're here, all we want to do is help them get to the point where it just gets better.
Mhm.
So I don't understand, it seems like we're getting pushback, and I don't know if there's things out there, things have been said that they're making assumptions about what we do here.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'd really like to get with them
Mhm.
and see what's going on.
Yeah.
So the fact that maybe they just forgot, but it says a lot when they don't want to meet with us
Right.
to come up, because
Yes.
I thought, it's the one team, one dream, right?
Absolutely.
You know,
That's what we're here for, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure what the pushback is
Mhm.
here. And there may not be, it could have been a drop the ball type thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it would be nice I think that would be a good thing to get with them
Mhm.
and let's see what we need to do to fix there may not be anything broken, it's just a matter of misunderstandings.
Yeah.
And we gotta get back where we need to be.
Mhm.
So I'm all in if we wanna have some kind of joint meeting.
Okay, good. I'll see if they reach out, and if not, then I'll reach out.
Okay.
What are you gonna give them, a month to reach out?
So,
Or maybe it's
2 months is, I already gave them 2 months.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
What do we?
so if I can just count, I've been
Sure.
to every Main Street meeting for the last 4 years,
Sorry
5
about
years,
You've been here 5 years?
4.5, yeah, over 4. So I've been to every Main Street meeting, right? Those meetings are very different, right? They don't talk about this type of stuff, right? They're talking about, the concert series and just updates to downtown and business transitions and just that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
They're running the organization. I can follow up with them in the next meeting and talk about this, right? Because I
Mhm.
provide them updates about, Preservation Commission activities or opportunities, like, if there's a grant that passes, this is an opportunity for you all. So I try to be a liaison between the city, what we're doing, any issues that may happen, and just try to keep them aware that, there was an issue with the property owner, or, there's a potential that this changes, right? Or there's this option, right? So they're aware on some level what's happening. Most of them are, the business community that serves on that board. They're just running their business, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what they're going there once a month for a couple hours or an hour, and they're trying to get back to their job. More recently, I will say there has been a really, really big focus on something pretty substantial, and that has taken a lot of time. And I'm not making excuses, I'm just saying there's discussions about, consolidation of organizations and working through that
Yep.
when they're meeting for an hour, that is taking up
Yeah.
45 minutes of the hour, right? I can't speak to what, the Main Street Board and the president would or wouldn't say about, the communication with John, but I will certainly mention it to them at their next meeting that
Okay.
there's a desire to have a conversation and to, discuss things. Because at the end of the day, yes, right, the decisions of this commission with a historic district that is with, primarily the bid area, right? There needs to be communication and understanding of what's expected. So they don't come in with applications that don't meet, right?
Right.
What is going to be approved. So I can talk to them. Certainly, John, reach out if you want to, but I can, I'll bring it up as well and just maybe remind them or get them
Yeah.
to understand that there's somebody knocking at the door, right?
Yep.
All right, that would
Okay.
be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I'm there anyway, guys.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. All right. Number 9, Southwest Historic District signage. Billy and Ron.
Billy and Ron.
Or Ron and Billy.
Yeah. We'll get them.
Okay. I'll leave it on again then. I'm not.
Summer's like busy for Ron.
Mhm.
I mean, they're doing those cemetery searching a lot. And
Yeah.
they travel.
How many
a lot, too.
more do you have to put up?
Not that many.
We could probably do it. Some.
Well,
But
yeah.
if Ron's too busy, let me know.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I mean, as a
same
matter
here.
of
We'll
fact,
get
I could
together.
just do them. If I would've got them from Ron, I would've had them done already.
Yeah.
It's just a step ladder and a ratchet.
Okay.
Nothing. No, it's nothing. But yeah,
I'll-
I'll stop in there by Ron too.
I'll get in there and shake the ladder with you. I mean,
Yeah.
let me know. I'm good with that.
I might get it taller and then I'd stand on the top. Well, actually, you would have to break the rule by standing on the top.
There you
You're
go.
tall enough.
Yeah.
There you go, see? You always get a longer
But
ladder.
I like it. I like
Okay
doing
with
it.
Billy spotting you?
Yeah.
I feel tall there.
There you go. Get that view up there.
Yeah.
It's good.
Had the view all week where I've been.
Yeah.
Healthy, pain, dumb.
Probably have a snarky comment for the guy in the corner, but
Yeah.
I'll let it go.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it go.
Let it go.
So, yeah, I'll
Okay. I'll just put it on.
He's got the sign.
Yeah. Scavenger hunt preview. Matt?
Yeah, so first I'll pass out this. Basically similar to what it was from last month. I did add 2 interior items.
Well, I gotta get out more.
You did get my message then, huh?
And then let's see,
Oh, I know where that one is. I'm not gonna say it on TV though.
Oh, no, we can't do that.
and then like did actually, I had ChatGPT help me with this one with a press release. I think I actually
Oh.
have 2 pages. And then the other thing is I was thinking is that we might want to actually have, instead of trying to put all the instructions onto that, is just having a separate sheet with the instructions.
Okay. Get your form. Are we, I can't remember, were we gonna pass like forms out in businesses also?
I don't know, it's like,
Or a-
I will also say that, like, what it suggested for things was basically what came from ChatGPT, and it's like saying, oh, maybe that was something we should discuss on whether we want to change, if we want to put it other places.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got till June 15th, so
Yeah.
we got 11 days yet. But, I mean, I think if we had some to pass out, you know, some of the businesses, I guess you just have to ask the owner if they would like this in there and by the cash register or whatever, and,
We just have the form, right?
yeah, it would just be the
That'd just be the form.
form. And then,
Will the form, Matt, have the
Is that-
info?
We would just pass these out.
Technically, I made it so it's one side, because I tried to keep this down to one sheet, so it could
Okay.
be printed on the back.
Yeah.
oh, so you could do,
Yeah, the
Like
instructions,
that.
yeah.
okay.
Probably
That would be
easier.
kind, yeah, because then, yes, they could read this and then they would have
If
this
you
right
had it
on
like
there.
this, you're like, oh, hell, I gotta read all that.
Yeah,
You know, I would think.
Well, that's the side you put up.
yeah.
Yeah, so people could,
Then you
yeah,
look at it and you turn,
Mhm.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's always the compromise between giving enough more information than they might need, but then also like, wait a minute, but you didn't say that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if it sounded, you know, double-sided like that, I think that would work out good. Okay.
Definitely. John's trying to figure them out.
Yeah, I think I got him. I don't think we can do it though, right? I have to have my
We
wife
didn't
do
say
it.
that.
Yeah.
you know, I think that would look pretty bad. Just saying.
Yeah,
If you won the $100, yeah.
And I definitely can't do it because I know where I took all the pictures.
Yeah, you're out.
Well, just get the $25 and it won't look suspicious.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. I think it's gonna be,
I do
Yeah.
too. I think
it's gonna be,
awesome.
it'll be fun for people.
There is no age limit, right?
Don't think so. I don't think you guys discussed an age limit, so.
No, no. I mean, it'd be fun to do it if you had a smaller kid, child,
Yeah.
go through town and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandkids would probably think it'd be fun. They
Mhm.
would love it.
Just find the street address, so you got that, and then you write your name, phone number, email address. Perfect.
Did we put when the drawing would be, or?
I
Yeah,
thought it
you
would
got
probably
it.
be sometime in August, so basically most of the activity that probably could be most of the summer.
Yeah.
Then people start thinking about back to school in August, so maybe then
Mm-hmm.
it would be tapering down. If I can give a date, I'm not sure if we want to put an actual date or could be just our first, when is our meeting for August?
I think our July meeting is.
Would you do it like the
The
last
second.
band at the Friday night?
Oh, I don't know if
Would be
we,
a ton of people there. Give the board out or make it kind of big.
Do have a lot of flexibility for August because our meeting's not till the 6th.
okay, yeah,
So we can make it like due before the 6th and
right. Okay,
do before like maybe the 5th
Um,
or something like that.
So what happens then when we get a jillion applicants in, then we just have a drawing for the winner?
Probably,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
Because it's gonna happen.
there's gonna
Because,
be
you know,
more.
those kids hide stones all over town for fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was seeing some of those when I was going around.
I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah.
Because, I always pick them up and look at them, put them back
Yeah,
down.
I find that interesting that
I think there was one right around when I did this one.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Does
That's
it-
funny.
does it say on here where to drop
I think
drop it off at?
probably would be City Hall and or the library because those would be the two government.
Okay, it should, but do you have it on there where they can,
Let's see here.
Turn-
Submit your completed entry by, I have July 30th.
Okay, yeah.
Drop off at City Hall or library.
okay, good.
It suggested emailing it. I'm probably not going to want to deal with digital copies or mail it. But I'm also thinking like, how much mail do we really want to
Yeah.
be coming in? So
Right.
I can eliminate those. And,
Just drop it off, yeah.
yeah.
You might just want to have them drop it off at City Hall.
Not the library, okay.
I would do so.
Yeah.
Just City Hall,
I
okay.
get quick and easy.
Yeah, that Karen will like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
More?
fine.
And then you're gonna have to pick the person that reaches in. There could be another drawing.
Yeah, we'll figure that out once we have this stuff. Yeah, okay. Excellent, man, thank you.
Good work.
Number 11, ordinance change to allow non-resident building owners on the commission. I suggested that to Adam at our last council meeting, and I think you're pursuing that. Thank you.
It's just something we grew together. So you can read the current, and, I think it's just an opportunity to kind of look at this whole section. So the commission consists of initially 7 members who shall be residents of the city. 1 member has to be part of the plan commission, and then each member shall have, some experience with historic preservation. And then C, 1 member representing each historic district shall be appointed upon adoption of said district, right? Mayor appoints, council confirmation, blah, 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 blah. Rest is kind of just
Yeah.
words. So looking through it, there's a couple things, obviously right off the bat. The initial is 7, this commission is to have 8 members. And I just wanted to to get your feedback on if you want to have just 7 members versus the potential
Of a tie.
to
Yeah.
have 8, right?
Yeah.
And because you kind of set yourself up for, if there's a tie, nothing ever gets done, right?
Yep.
So in the initial proposed, and we can kind of workshop this tonight. The preservation is created consisting of 7 members who shall be residents of the city or property owners within a historic preservation district. Historic preservation district is earlier defined as a district established by the Common Council through this process, right? So it's not, a federal or national or state, right? It's a
Right.
local designation.
Yeah.
So that kind of checks the box of non-resident property owners within a district, as well as property owners or resident property owners within the district, and just general residents. I left in the idea of keeping 1 member from the Plan Commission, and that would be at this point John. We kept everything else. I did remove that subsection C, 1 additional member representing each historic district shall be appointed upon adoption of each said district, right? Each such district. I removed that, but I just question if you want to have language in there similar to the Plan Commission that 1 member needs to be from a district. The challenge there is if you add a district,
You gotta add a
and
member.
you almost have to add a member,
Yeah.
or that member has to be a part of that district. So
Yeah.
my hope in drafting it that way was by allowing people property owners within the district to be more broad pool, right? You may check that box by having that happen. But there's no requirement within here that it is. So there's a bit of a, you may want to consider adding some language regarding that. The rest of it's kind of simple. I did underline the city shall give each member written notice of appointment and shall administer the oath of office. Honestly, we don't really do that. We can eliminate that if you would like. And then electing the chairperson, all that. And the only other thing I changed was removing clerk treasurer and making it city clerk, because we do no longer have a clerk treasurer, it's the city clerk. So, that's just records are kept by the city clerk. So, I think the biggest thing would be any feedback you have with this. If you want to add in any requirements for historic districts, you can certainly just keep that language in and say anytime we add one, we add somebody. But
Boy, could be getting into,
you could get to 8, and then, the chances of, it's right now, you have 7 members plus 1 with the historic district. What is the likelihood we get to a 9th member by, having
Right.
another historic district created?
right.
I don't know if there's a probability of that happening, so then you're stuck with 8 members, which...
Yes, which could be
I think
not
that's
good.
probably, yeah, I like the
Could we have
number.
it, instead of being from each district, that the board has to have at least 1 member that's from one of the historic districts? So make sure that that's kind of, that interest is represented.
The biggest thing there is then if a new one's created and somebody on the board is not in that district, you then have the challenge of replacing somebody on the board to meet that requirement.
But in a matter of a year or a cycle, then you
through, you theoretically
could, yeah.
could,
Yeah.
right?
I think you just leave it out like Adam's saying.
Yeah, and it's just keep it simple
Yeah.
as you can, yeah.
So if the proposed is okay, just review it, let me know if you want anything else changed, I can share it. Generally speaking, I believe, this being in the zoning code, if you are good with it, what I would likely do is schedule the public hearing, make the posts for it. Plan commission would, I believe, have to review it. I'll have legal just review it and, ultimately, any changes that could occur in it from a plan commission or common council perspective could happen, but we could theoretically, hopefully get this hammered out here in June,
Yeah.
if it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I don't see a problem with it. Do we need to vote on this?
You can make a recommendation or accept it and forward it through the process as proposed, or make any changes. You can do whatever you want. I think having your
Okay.
okay isn't a bad idea, right?
Right,
So we're not
yeah.
just changing the preservation code without the preservation commission saying, hey, change it.
Yeah.
Well, it's in black and white.
Yeah.
If we do it.
But granted, legal and stuff, they may have some small tweaks or suggestions, and maybe
Right.
through the process it gets changed, but in essence, this cleans up some things. So.
Right, which, it needed to be cleaned up, and this, I think this fits the bill. Tell you what, I'll make a motion to approve changing as written.
I'll second it.
In the proposal.
Okay, motion by Dave. Second by Billy, to accept the proposed Historic Preservation Commission changes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Adam, for
We'll
doing
work
that.
through
Nice
the
job.
process.
I think it's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we'll
Sorry.
keep rolling along.
Well, that's good to have.
okay, our next meeting date is July 2nd, 6:30. And we're to the adjournment part.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by
There you
Matt,
go, I'll second.
second by Dave. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.